Good evening, listeners of Hot Topic and Fresh News. Today, the 28th of October, 2023, we have a significant and tragic news story to update you on. A devastating series of crashes involving over 160 vehicles has occurred along Interstate 55 in Louisiana's St. John the Baptist Parish. The death toll tragically stands at 7, with at least 63 others injured. The crashes took place amid a heavy blanket of super fog, a dense fog that reduced visibility to less than 10 feet. This extraordinarily dense fog is a result of damp and smoky conditions, a dangerous mix spawned by the ongoing wildfires in Louisiana. The National Weather Service has issued a warning that this super fog could return to the area in the coming days. Authorities initially believed there might be more victims due to the intense fire and wreckage left behind by the crashes. A tanker truck carrying a hazardous liquid was among the vehicles involved, further complicating the ongoing investigation and cleanup efforts. Both the northbound and southbound lanes of I-55 will remain closed until further damage assessment. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards has expressed his condolences to the victims and their families, urging residents to exercise extreme caution. The state is grappling with unprecedented wildfires, extreme heat, and drought that have dried out wetlands and reduced the water table's depth, adding a combustible element to the situation. The city of New Orleans is closely monitoring an active fire burning underground in forested wetlands near Bayou Savage National Urban Wildlife Refuge and the Michoud Canal, further exacerbating the state's crisis. The city continues to advise caution while traveling. The situation is ongoing, and we will bring you more updates as they come in. Stay tuned to Hot Topic and Fresh News for the latest news developments. Good evening, listeners. I'm Emily, your trusted news anchor here at Hot Topic and Fresh News. We're here to give you the latest scoop, the most pressing news, hot off the press, every single day. I'm here with my esteemed colleague, David, who brings his sharp analytical mind and passion for current affairs to our broadcasts.
Hello Emily Norma, and hello to all our listeners. It's great to be here, ready to dive into today's news.
We at Hot Topic and Fresh News work tirelessly to keep you informed about everything that matters, from the ongoing crisis in Louisiana to the latest developments on Wall Street. So, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel, enable notifications, and let us know what you think in the comments. We value your feedback and opinion. Share us with your friends and family because, here at Hot Topic and Fresh News, we keep the news rolling. Today's headline is a big one, folks. Just when you thought Louisiana had seen enough hardship, a super fog has descended upon the state, leading to a catastrophic series of crashes. I can barely believe it myself. This story hits hard, listeners. It's a stark reminder of how nature, weather, and our environment can drastically impact our lives, sometimes with devastating consequences. So stay tuned to Hot Topic and Fresh News for all the latest updates and developments. Remember, you heard it here first. Hot off the press. As the investigation into the multi-vehicle crash on I-55 advances, troopers and forensic examiners have made some significant advancements. Initially thought to be 8, the number of victims has been revised down to 7, with over 63 injured.
What a tragic incident. And you mentioned that some of these injuries range from minor to critical, correct?
That's correct. More than 25 of those injured were taken to hospitals, with injuries ranging from minor wounds to critical conditions. The situation was so chaotic that many sought medical help on their own, bypassing the emergency response teams at the scene. This only added to the confusion, leading authorities to initially believe there were more victims.
It's mind-boggling how a fog can lead to such a catastrophe.
Indeed, this wasn't just any fog. It was a super fog, a dense cloud that develops in damp, smoky conditions. Visibility during the super fog was reduced to less than 10 feet, making it extremely dangerous for motorists.
Can you clarify what vehicles were involved in the pileup?
The pileup included a mix of vehicles, but the situation was particularly complicated due to the involvement of a tanker truck carrying a hazardous liquid. The specific substance hasn't been disclosed, but this caused considerable concern for first responders at the scene. They had to work carefully to move the truck due to its compromised tank trailer. With all vehicles now cleared along I-55, crews are beginning the task of cleaning debris, diesel, and other chemicals from the roadway's surface. The northbound and southbound lanes of I-55 will remain closed until damage assessments are conducted on a bridge at the crash site.
So what was the official response to this tragedy?
Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards expressed his sorrow for those affected and urged caution due to the dangerous combination of wildfire smoke and dense fog. He also thanked first responders and health personnel for their efforts and encouraged people to donate blood to help replenish supplies for the wounded.
What about the specifics of the pileups?
According to the local sheriff, 3 18-wheel trucks collided in the northbound lanes and were engulfed in flames. In the southbound lanes, there were 2 reported multi-car pileups, one of which was also producing flames.
And the visibility?
The visibility levels were reportedly below a quarter mile at a nearby weather station from just after 4 a.m. Central Time until just before 10 a.m. At times, visibility likely neared zero due to the super fog.
Was this due to the ongoing wildfires?
Yes, the super fog was due to fog combining with smoke from nearby fires. Louisiana has been battling wildfires, extreme heat, and drought since the summer.
I can't help but think about how climate change might be contributing to these extreme weather conditions. Could that be a factor in this devastating event?
It's certainly possible, though it's hard to attribute one specific event to climate change. The state has been dealing with exceptional drought, extreme heat, and unprecedented wildfires, which are all conditions exacerbated by climate change.
Just food for thought. We need to consider how our changing climate could be making fog events like this more likely or more severe.
That's a valid point, although not everyone may agree. But it's worthwhile to consider in the context of these tragic events.
And that's okay. In news analysis, it's normal to have disagreements, but it's crucial to keep an open mind.
Absolutely, I'll definitely be giving this more thought.
It's clear this is a complex and ongoing situation.
Absolutely. As we've mentioned, Louisiana is facing multiple challenges simultaneously, including wildfires, drought, and extreme weather conditions. These factors all contributed to the tragic accident on Interstate 55.
And the investigation into the accident is still underway, right?
That's correct. The authorities continue their diligent work, piecing together the events from that tragic day and conducting a thorough cleanup. It's a painstaking process, but essential for ensuring the safety of the highway in the future.
So, as we've discussed, this tragedy is a stark reminder of the potential dangers that can arise from extreme weather conditions.
Indeed. It highlights the importance of caution and preparedness when adverse weather strikes. And as you pointed out earlier, it raises questions about the broader impact of climate change on such weather events.
A topic that will no doubt be the subject of much discussion in the days and weeks to come.
Absolutely. But for now, our thoughts are with those affected by this tragic incident and the brave first responders working tirelessly at the scene. Thank you all for joining us today on Hot Topic and Fresh News. We've delved deep into the recent news from Louisiana, unpacking the events and the wider implications. Your engagement and support truly make a difference. Remember to subscribe, activate notifications, and if you found our content informative, don't hesitate to share it with your friends and family. We value your feedback, so please, drop us a comment.
And hey, who knows? Maybe you'll become the resident news guru at your next social gathering. Just remember, we're here to keep you informed every day. And I can tell you, we've got some exciting discussions up our sleeve.
Indeed, we do. We're truly grateful for your time and attention, and we can't wait to bring you more in-depth analysis on the next episode of Hot Topic and Fresh News.
Until then, keep those thinking caps on, folks. Emily and David, stay in the loop, keep your eyes on the news, our channel's content will amuse.